What's up, guys? My name is Ty, and today we're gonna be reacting to a viral video that was trending on Twitter. Woke liberal leftist goes on Trump rant, and it backfires. Now, I had to watch this video a couple of times, man, because I thought this person I thought they was trolling. I almost gave it a thumbs up because I was trying to figure out what was wrong with what this person was saying. But turned out that this person is a lefty. Now, here's what I'm going to say about that, man. You got people like that vote against their own will, vote against their own self-interest, in my opinion. And they put out videos like this, man. Some of them troll, but some of them, they got their own fan base to where people just listen to this shit and they eat it up. I just never understood why people vote or just go against their own self-interest, just cause. But you got some people that just argue to argue. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play the video, man. I'm gonna give you my analysis as it plays through. I'm gonna try not to make it too long, but let's rock and roll.
Here are the first 15 promises he has made if he is reelected. You may have heard of Project 2025, but this is from Agenda 47, and you can read all of these on his website. First, he promises that he will carry out the largest domestic deportation operation in history.
Okay, what's wrong with that? We need to deport these illegal immigrants in our country that's coming into our country. The crime rate going up, even though you got some of them that has good intentions of coming in. But a lot of them probably emptying, these countries emptying out their prisons and sending them over here to where they can become super criminals. Let's keep rocking.
Also ask for the death sentence for anyone convicted of human trafficking.
I don't see nothing wrong with that. Human trafficking. And with these kids that they trafficking. I don't see nothing wrong with that. Let's keep rocking.
We'll close the Department of Education and return all education standards to the states to decide.
And that's good, too, because a lot of these education systems are indoctrination camps. Let's keep rocking.
He will put prayer back into school, and he will criminalize any race-based advantage programs.
Okay, putting prayer back in school. What's wrong with that? I know some people are against it, but you don't have to say the prayers in school. I know we got Jehovah's Witnesses or whatever, but they don't have to say prayers or whatever. Free will. Nobody's enforcing it. Let's keep rocking.
He will end the Affordable Care Act. He will ban gender-affirming care for adults and children, and he will ban any federal dollars from going towards gender-affirming care.
Okay, 2 points. I don't see nothing wrong with that. Now, with the Affordable Care Act, for an example, they want you to have insurance, and that's more like a sales pitch, Affordable Care Act, when insurance is at an all-time high. So it's not affordable. What they simply do is if you can't afford insurance, that's just another way for them to tax you at the end of the year. Obamacare, for an example. That's exactly what he did. I read into it, I understood it, and I was completely against it. The second thing is that, you know what? We'll come back to that.
Which means anyone with government-provided health care will no longer be able to access gender-affirming care except for Viagra and Cialis. Those will...
Okay, with the gender-affirming care, I'm all for it. Like I said, with the leave the kids alone. That's all I got to say about that. With them doing all that shit to the kids and shit, that weirdo shit, man, I'm completely against that. But let's keep rocking.
Still be available. He will propose a constitutional amendment that gives a term limit to Congress.
Congress definitely need term limits. We got too many old people up in there that just fucking the economy up, basically turning it into a third world country. That's why we can't get shit done. And a lot of these people are in here and they millionaires. How the hell are these government officials millionaires? And a lot of them are power hungry. So we definitely need term limits. They power hungry. They don't want to give up power, and they want to stay in as long as they can and keep fucking it up. That's what they are. They're career politicians or quote unquote bureaucrats. But let's keep rocking.
Deploy the Department of Justice to investigate the Biden crime family and any of his adversaries or political rivals.
Okay, now I didn't see anything in what he was saying that he was going to investigate the Biden family, crime family, or whatever. But here's what I'm gonna say about that. I'm not against it because they definitely going after him. The way they raided his home in Mar-a-Lago and the way they got him going through these kangaroo courts, in New York, to where he's being sued for a ridiculous amount of fucking money with this fucking crazy person. I forgot her name, Eugene Ping or something like that. And then he going through this shit with Fannie Willis, and we can see that Fannie Willis is definitely get backfiring against her, But I don't see nothing wrong with that. He should go at the Biden family the way they went at him. They basically trying every which way to get him off the polls so he can't run for president. And I mean, it'll be justifiable in his own right. I mean, just in my opinion. I'm just saying. Let's keep rocking.
He will immediately pardon all of the January 6thers, and he will create a task force to investigate anyone who arrested, charged, or imprisoned a January 6er.
January 6th was a hoax. I think anybody with common sense know that. He told everybody to go home peacefully. They went out there peacefully protested and whatever, and they ended up in jail. They even got some FBI, and enforcers going around arresting people just for being there that weren't even participating in the shit, just for literally being on site. That's crazy. Let's keep rocking.
He will increase the penalties for underage criminal offenders, strengthen immunity for police officers, and deploy the National Guard to patrol woke cities.
I don't see nothing wrong with that. I don't see nothing wrong with that. We should. He should do that. Seriously. And get rid of all the bad blood.
On day one, he will reassess our participation in NATO and says that every European country needs to pay the United States for protection. He will
They should.
also restore the wonderful travel ban for Muslims coming to America. He will build freedom cities. This is 10 new cities built on federal land. He will award them to areas with the best development proposals, and he will prioritize moving young families to these freedom cities.
I don't see nothing wrong with that. Freedom cities, moving young families. I mean, we need to get the population and get the country back to flourishing or whatever. So I don't see nothing wrong with that. Like I said, let's keep rocking.
He will kill all e-vehicles and e-vehicle legislation, seeking to replace that with the development of a flying car.
Okay, here's what I got to say about that. I'm all for the fuel economy vehicles or whatever. Now the EVs, you got people that like the electrical vehicles. I don't like them. I'm call me old fashioned or whatever, but I like the regular vehicles. It's just my preference. To each his own on that. And as far as like with the flying vehicles, I mean, come on, man. People already can't even drive cars. They crash all over the place. I live in a city where it's always a car crash, and people just can't drive. So just imagine them trying to operate flying vehicles. I mean, the death rate will probably rise at an alarming rate. And then people will be crashing or dropping out of the skies and stuff like that, falling into people's houses or whatever. Good luck with that shit, man. I'm opposed to that, but whatever. Let's keep rocking.
Believes that we could create a car that vertically takes off. He will remove all of the limits on American natural gas exports and drill baby drill for oil domestically.
What's wrong with that? Drill. It brings money back into our economy. I don't see nothing wrong with that. Let's keep rocking.
Will impose a tariff of up to 60% on Chinese imports.
60% on Chinese imports. They owe us big time. I think a lot of people would agree with that. Bring money more and more back into this country. We need it. Let's keep rocking.
He will extend the 2017 tax cuts and drop the corporate tax rate from 21% to 15%. He will push Congress to pass legislation that would give every American the right to concealed carry anywhere at any time. And
some people are opposed to that, as any liberal would or any lefty would be. But the thing is that's a very good thing. It'll lower the crime rate. It'll give people access to the weapons. Excuse me. They can protect themselves at all times. And I mean, if he gonna make it law, that'll be a really good thing. I'm all for the Second Amendment. But I mean, like I said, these people, they vote against their own will at all times. I'm all for I'm all for the open carries. I live in an open carry state or whatever, but I'm all for that. Protect yourself at all times. Crime rate at an all-time low. Um, and that's pretty much all I got to say about that.
He will revoke
Let's keep
any
rocking.
gun restrictions or legislation that seeks to inhibit people's ability to own guns that's been passed in the last several years. He will demand that Europe pay back all the money we gave Ukraine, and then he will use all of that money to recruit for the American military.
That's good. We need to strengthen the military anyway.
And he will take billions and billions of dollars from private university endowments by taxing, fining, and suing the universities. He specifically names Harvard in this one. And then he will use that money to create the American Academy. It is a free online college that will be free of wokeness that he will force employers to recognize as a bachelor's degree equivalent.
What's wrong with free? What's wrong with free? I'm just saying.
So that's Agenda 47.
Okay. That's Agenda 47. I don't see anything wrong with the policies that she read out. But of course, you got people that put out videos like that because they got their own audiences, and there's nothing wrong with that. People can put out anything that they want to. But the crazy thing about it is that a lot of people actually, they listen to this shit and they eat it up. And I don't think it was nothing wrong with those policies. I'm guessing it's just because it's Donald Trump and he doing it, something is wrong because it's him specifically, and people don't like him, or they don't like the way he talk, and they don't like the way he does things. You have to do it in a nice way, or all of a sudden it's all about how you feel, but the way all of these DEI programs and all this bullshit that they got with this diversity, equity, and inclusion for people who don't know what DEI is, it literally fucked everything up. What goes woke, it goes to shit. Point blank, period. And like I said, I don't see nothing wrong with it. I think the economy we need the money to flow back into the country. Ever since Joe Biden got in, these people been losing houses. They've been losing all kind of money. They've been getting evicted. The crime rate is at an all-time high. You letting illegal immigrants into the country right now. They even going as far as to give these people jobs. They got free housing. They getting free money. And what are the American citizens getting? And everything that he's about America first. I think this is going back to where he bringing money back into our economy for the Americans, and he doing a mass deportation, which we need. But you got idiots out there, useful idiots, that goes completely against all of that shit because they anti-American, they complete communists, and they like bullshit like that because they woke and stupid. And I'm definitely for term limits. We need to get those old fucks up out of office, man, because they just, these people, man, they don't give a shit. They care about their own pockets, and then they pay these stupid-ass actors, people like Bill Maher, to go out there and just lie to the American people. And even The View, The View I can't even believe they still on TV. But anyway, I hope you guys like this video. Make sure you leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. And if you like the content, like, share, subscribe, and follow. Help my channel grow. And don't forget to hit that notification button so you'll know every time I put a new video out. My name is Ty for the people that just started watching. I'm out. Peace.